Followers, welcome back to your channel Officer Aerospy, and today we learn one of the most interesting topic, that is aircraft fueling or air refueling. So in air refueling we have two types. One is aerial refueling and another one is ground fueling or pressure refueling. So usually aerial refueling is a process of transfer of aviation fuel from one military aircraft to another military aircraft when they are flying or they are in flight. So it can also be called as in-flight fueling. So when it comes to ground fueling and pressure fueling, it is usually carried out for the commercial airlines or aircrafts. So this is all about the fueling process. So let's see how they work, and let's understand the process with the safety instructions what are carried out. So be with me for some time and let's learn. Generally, there are two methods of refueling, which are gravity refueling and pressure refueling. Usually, pressure refueling is used when it comes to a refueling of large aircraft such as Boeing 747, and gravity refueling is used on small aircrafts such as Cessna 172. Aviation fuel can be delivered from airport storage by tankers, trucks called fuelers, or pumped under pressure through a pipe network beneath the airport apron for quick fueling of aircraft using hydrant. Fuel flows from hydrant via pit wall to hydrant service vehicle at pressure of over 150 psi or 10 bar to ensure that the high delivery rate is required. So if you take 1 minute, the time it takes to fill an average car with 40 liters of fuel, a big jet can take up to 4000 liters. Just imagine. So always comply with safety procedures can be an alert to potential risks when working around an aircraft. So before fueling can begin, a bonding wire must be connected between the fueling equipment and the bonding point of an aircraft to equalize the electric potential. So this eliminates the risk of spark and possibility of fire. So by chance, if the bonding link is broken for any reason during fueling, the operation must stop before the bonding wire can be safely reconnected. The hydrant pit wall and couplers are designed mainly for demanding the strength and breakaway standards. So activating the emergency shutdown button will stop the fuel flow throughout the airport, and access to this button must be kept clear at all the times. So releasing the dead man control stops the fuel flow to aircraft, and pulling the lander cuts off the fuel flow from all the hydrants. And you know, time is very critical to everyone involved in and around of an aircraft. So time pressure makes it all too easy to be very careless and take dangerous risks like exceeding the speed limit and taking shortcuts on an apron. These are always a temptation to park as close as possible to an aircraft. But if aircraft fuel tanks are overfilled for any reason, just think fuel will flow from the vent, and if this fuel comes in contact with a ignition source like a hot vehicle exhaust, etc., so this will cause a fire. So ignoring the safety procedures such as keeping clear of an aircraft wing vents could put everyone in jeopardy. So the fueling vehicles must always have a clear forward exit path, so no other vehicle or obstacle should be in their way, and stay away from the bonding wire and always allow the clear exit for the fueling vehicles. So do not attempt to restart stalled service vehicles such as baggage handling and catering supply trucks, as this could cause an ignition spark. So these are all the safety procedures that you have to take care when the fueling process is taking place. For watching guys, please subscribe to Officer Aerospy channel if you are not yet subscribed. Press bell icon for notification, like, share and comment in the section below. So meet you up in the next video with one more interesting topic. So last video I have covered the aircraft hacking system, so how it works and all. Please go and watch that video, it is very interesting. So meet you up in the next video. Thank you, your Officer Aerospy.